purpose of fitness and how I can apply it to making a living. I actually had met Zeph. I met him in like 2018 when I was working at a juice bar. Even going upside down on the bar was like frightening. I had a six-pack when I was in elementary school.
Pull up or push up?
Push up.
Dip or push up?
Dip.
باب مفتوح للاجتهادات التقريب هذا حد العالم هذا طالب هذا راسخ والى اخره.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. To all RipRightHD disciples, YouTubers, and viewers, welcome back to a new video on RipRightHD. We in the building right now with Josh, aka the Handstand Bully. Salute, Josh.
What up? What up?
Okay, guys, Josh, also know him as Power Over Vanity. So, Josh, introduce yourself. Let us know how old are you, how tall are you, where you come from, where you was born, and things like that.
All right. So, my name is Joshua. I put it up as POVJosh. I am 6'2", around 6'2" in height. I come from Queens, New York, Forest Hills to be exact. I was born in a hospital in Forest Hills. Moved out to Brooklyn right after. I was there for about 10 years. Then I went back to Queens and I stayed there up until now. What else?
Yeah, so now, okay, you were born and raised here. So what's your family background? Were they also born in U.S.? What's going on with that?
So Caribbean background. My father is Jamaican and my mother is Trinidadian.
Got it. Okay, mother's Jamaican.
Mother is Trinidadian and my father is Jamaican.
Father's Jamaican.
Yeah, so they came up, late 80s.
Okay, so where you get this height from and this athleticism?
Man, honestly, the height, people still don't know to this day where I got it from in my family. My family's not really like tall per se, but more down the line, my mom's side had a bit of height. Some of her uncles were a little bit taller as well, above 6 foot. But I actually was not always tall. I was shorter when I was in middle school, freshman, I was like 5'5", 5'6", scrawny. And the motivation to get big started from gain size and start fitness. What started from being scrawny in high school, middle school, and
now,
all that.
When you say you were scrawny, was it like you was getting bullied, you was picked on, people made fun of you, or you just wasn't satisfied with self?
It was both. Yeah, dude was getting picked on for his scrawniness, but also it was I was still athletic. I was still playing sports. I was still doing pretty much everything that you would see a normal middle school kid doing, playing games, doing things of that nature. But for the confidence, I really felt that if I was able to maximize my muscle, and it would really allow me to do everything else.
Got you. Okay, so, and how old are you, Josh?
I'm 25 now.
Okay,
25.
You got that on the record. Josh is only 25 years old. Handstand Bully. The beast is in the building. Now, this word, this name, this phrase, POV, Power Over Vanity, because when we met, I actually thought it was a calisthenic team. So I was reluctant to even, I thought he already had a team. So what is this about? Talk to us.
So I created POVJosh on Instagram back in 2019, I believe. Yeah, that's when I first became a personal trainer. So that all coincided with my personal training journey, taking what I learned by myself within fitness and giving that to other people. So I was like, all right, that would be a good route to go. So making that Instagram page, then before that, I wasn't really active on social media. It gave me a purpose in using it as well. So I was able to post maybe like once a month, get out of my comfort zone. Then the frequency would go up because I would see more engagement and I'll be able to help more and more people when they start asking questions about how you got your physique, how did you this and that.
And this phrase,
Power Over Vanity.
Yeah. How did that come about?
So everybody asks, what does POV mean in your name? And at first it meant point of view. literally the most known term for POV. It's literally anything I was sharing online would be my perspective. So just like my advice would come from how I actually built my physique, or my actual routines and all that. It would just be like mine, but I wanted to give it more meaning, and kind of thought back to like, all right, why did I start? And goes back to like starting in really starting lifting back in 2015. I actually started in the gym with my cousin. We did like one time out the week of fitness, but I was already doing my calisthenics from high school. But 2015, I was already graduated high school and all that. Wanted to add weights and see if that would change anything. But the whole reason I'm saying that is because the power was the physical. Or not, the vanity was more the physical, right? Like how I look, how I was perceived. Kind of the reason why we get into this stuff in the first place. But once I was able to achieve like a decent physique, and I was able to like really reap those benefits from that, I realized that's not all that fitness is about. Fitness is more than just how we look and how much we could lift. It was more about it gave me a place where I could actively set goals to become a better human being day to day. Actually pay attention to what I'm putting in my body so that I can also operate better. I could look better. It became more than just how I looked and how I'm perceived, and more about what can I do with this new power? What can I do? How can I practice talking better to people? It was not just about looking a certain way. It also led me to explore other areas within myself. So it was a good exploration. So that's why, even though of course, we work out with our shirts off sometimes, and we look at it as a means of physical, it's also a way to transform your body overall. Yeah. So mentally, emotionally.
So when we say
spiritually,
power, it's not necessarily how much you could lift and how much you could. It's almost like a superpower. Like, what is your power? So when you say power with vanity, you're trying to come from that angle.
Yeah, everybody has a different power. So it doesn't always seem vain. It doesn't always seem, kind of just because of how you want to look.
The power of how he speaks, the power of how he intermingles.
How people can perceive you, the way that you speak, more eloquently or more powerfully, and even it does go also to becoming the best version of ourselves, the strongest version of ourselves. My plan is to break a lot of records in the calisthenics still. Handstand push-ups is major for me. So power also means that for me as well.
Got you. Yep, so it could be interchanged.
Yeah.
Okay, so now speaking about breaking records and handstand. Okay, let's talk about that journey. How did it become? How did it start? Why handstands at a tall person?
Yeah.
It's naturally harder.
Yeah.
A longer person.
Yeah. All right. So we're gonna go back a little bit because I don't always share this part, but I was always athletic. I had a 6-pack when I was in elementary school, and my gym teacher we would always I would stay after school, do whatever activities that they had after school, but gymnastics was one of them. I was afraid of anything that had to do with the bar. So even going upside down on the bar, on a single bar, was like frightening. So what I would do, like the vaulting, that you could jump off of like one of the mini trampolines.
Okay.
And then you could, just like do a little vault. It was just kind of like for fun. And then the other thing was like hand balancing and stuff like that. So just always walking on my hands, I found that was easier than doing anything on the bar or even the vaulting. It felt a little bit more fun. So it really started with me just walking on my hands at that age, like I'll say 9, 10. But after that, me not being a super committed person at that time, even I didn't explore that any further than what I just walking on my hands, and that was that at that time. I came back to it when I'll say actually around the beginning of 2019, 2018. I wanted to explore balancing again. I watched YouTube. So of course there was Chris Harriers, there's Austin Dunhams, there's even Brandon Carter, who was a bigger guy. He's over 6 feet, and he was doing some hand balancing. I didn't really get to see all of the other New York veterans, but what I saw was him in a larger frame, taller, and it definitely was like, all right, what level could we take this to? And it gave me a means of, okay, if I do want to excel at this, I have to put my all into. I have to be determined. So it's a journey of determination and proving to myself and to others that it is possible, regardless of your height, regardless of your weight. If you have the right determination, you will achieve your goals. And honestly, it still hasn't faded away from me. The want to become better at doing handstands. It was never like, I don't even care about handstands no more. It's just something that is kind of natural to me now. And seeing that there's still people taking it to different levels.
You excel in, but you can't excel from. It's one of those. So you just gotta keep going. It's always another stage.
It seems so simple, right? Yeah. Just balancing on your hands, but you could do 100 different variations.
100 different variations.
So that's what is exciting to me.
Okay, now, so 2019, you get back into handstands.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I remember the first day we met. How did all of this come about with you seeking Brandon Carter, these different calisthenic athletes? Then you started to run across
some good questions.
Like Team RipRight.
Yeah.
You started to run across like Beast Mode, Barbarians, all of these different teams. Like, where did it like?
These are good questions, and that is motivated by like finding, a lot of us, I'll say millennials or Gen Z or whatever, we're all trying to find our purpose. So that the fitness journey was a part of me looking for a purpose. And at that time, 2019, 2020, I had found my purpose of fitness and how I can apply it to making a living.
And at this time, you're a personal trainer?
Personal trainer.
Where are you working at this time?
I was working in Equinox.
Okay, and how long did that last?
I was there for almost a full 2 years.
Nice.
I had left just last year in September. Right. That was the beginning, and that's when I started to see what fitness could do on an entrepreneurial, on a monetary level. And everybody says, or it's common knowledge to take your skills, take what you're good at, and use that. Don't focus on your downfalls. Focus on your skills and maximize that in your career. So that's where that began, if that answers the question.
Yeah, that's your drive. All right, I found my purpose. I'm working at Equinox. I want to turn my skills into money, so I become a personal trainer. I'm doing what I love. So I still get to train, but I still also get to relay that message to other people and help others and get paid for it. Got it. So now you find out about calisthenic teams, calisthenic organizations. Where do we go from there?
After the calisthenic teams and calisthenic organizations, coronavirus, everybody was just in the crib doing nothing. But I was watching online, watching live streams, seeing Islaam out there, putting in work with different people. And I'm like, all right, I'm in Queens, but I'm like borderline Long Island where I was at. If you guys know, Belmont Racetrack is a big, horse racing area. My park is right down the block from there. And there's people working out there, but nobody trying to take it any further than that. Most people would work out, go back to their 9-to-5 jobs, right? On a normal level. So I just wanted to get around people that was kind of doing it on a more frequent and more serious level. Just want to test. You kind of really just want to see if you hold up to these guys you see online. And that's where it started. And getting into the community. So not saying that it's funny because I actually had met Zeph if you guys know Zeph.
Yes.
salute to Zeph. I had met him in like 2018 when I was working at a juice bar, right? Still trying to find purpose, right? Just having to work your own job. I knew who he was because I was still kind of tuned in. Everybody was like, yo, who is that? But I'm like, yo, that's the dude that has done a lot on the bars. And, you know, I made a smoothie bowl for him, yada, yada. He was like, yo, pull up to the park. 2 years later, I still had never pulled up to the park at that time. So I was also thinking about that. And I was like, I don't want to let this opportunity pass up. I see RipRight hosting community meetups. I want to pull up to the park and be a part of it. So pull up to the park, Lincoln Terrace Park.
Yeah, I seen him in there. Yeah, I seen him.
September 4th. I remember the exact day.
And what year was that?
2020. September 4th, 2020. It was a few rips there, and we went through the RipRight requirements.
Yeah, we had some fun that day.
And then we did a muscle up set, and I was surprised how much fatigue I could feel after doing just muscle ups. You know, we did the RipRight requirements, then we did a muscle up set. So that like blew my mind and like what's possible with connecting with the community.
Yeah. So then after that, you ended up turning Rip. But from my POV, right?
See.
So from my point of view,
facts.
And from a lot of people that I speak to, when I first met you, you were doing handstands, maybe a tiger bend.
Yeah, I was just doing like a little handstand push up.
You know, it was
like
regular.
1, 2.
Time went past. Then I seen a change.
Yeah.
I seen a drastic change, not a small change. I seen a drastic change. I start seeing handstand archers. I start seeing you start to try all of these different moves.
Yeah.
Where did that come from? Where did that inspiration? Where did that fire? Where did the spark come from? Say, I'm not just gonna do handstand push-ups no more.
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn into this
beast, right?
Yeah, handstand bully.
Handstand bully. A lot of things I did, like it goes back to me not fully realizing much in my life in that aspect. I'm good at a lot of things, right? I'm good at basketball. I'm good at skateboarding. I'm good at running track. I did all of this stuff. I'm good at a lot of sports and even school and stuff like that, but I never put 100% into any one of those things. So at this time, my whole mindset is shifted. I need to put 100% into what I'm doing. And even if it's something that people don't think is like really necessary, I enjoy it. Why not? Why not? So I'm here. What is the next progression to a handstand push-up? Doing it on the bars is harder than doing it on the floor. Then what is the progression to a handstand push-up on the bars? You know, doing the L-sit and then doing the handstand as a press.
You sort of just add.
So just like just every time I do something, see how I could do it better the next time. Or maybe it might not be the next session because you still have a growing period.
And you got
but it's over time, it's compound effect. Just like if you stacking money, you keep putting money away every day, every month, you'll have a lot more money, basically. So like, if you keep stacking your skills and you keep practicing towards doing better, you will be a lot stronger.
Without a doubt. Yeah, so shout out to Josh, because I've noticed he's gained a lot of followers. He's gained a lot of prominent, we could say, Instagrammers, YouTubers to kind of like reach out that are beasts with balancing. I'm talking about on
Christopher Joyce, big one that really inspired me. And
I seen the next guy, Balancing Eric, or was it?
Yeah, Balancing Eric, a bro from, I think he was somewhere down south.
There's a lot of guys that I started seeing because of Josh's handstand journey. Okay, now Josh, when we met, where will you say you were at when we say followings on Instagram?
When we met, I don't even think I was past 1,000. I think I was at 400 followers.
400 followers
after,
in 2020.
Yeah, it took me like 9 months to get there.
Nice.
With just mostly friends, right? And family, and then a few people here and there.
And then you weren't really posting too frequent, but every now and again. Now
I was like twice a month.
Why would you say that? Why weren't you posting like that? You weren't comfortable?
Yeah, mostly wasn't comfortable. I didn't want people to like, even though of course I wanted to keep it as a means for me progressing and seeing my own progression. I didn't always, and a real part of it is like, you're not always going to be doing something better every day at that time, especially when you're as a beginner. You might have to, it might take you weeks to get something new or get something different. I always wanted to one-up myself in a way online as well. So that was part of it. But then I also was getting more comfortable being seen more frequently, having people more in my business, you know, like asking questions. And so that was something that I was overcoming.
Okay, so you kind of had to get used to the limelight.
Yeah. I was always
opening up.
Yep.
People gonna criticize you.
Yep.
You got it. You're under the microscope.
Yep.
Okay, so now, boom, we flash forward all the way to 2022. Now you're at what,
126 on the gram, on Instagram, 126,000. Yeah.
Followers. Now, when did that all change from? Like, give us some of the steps that started to happen. When did it start to build up? Like,
well, this man behind the camera, right? You know, we met him and he changed my mindset in terms of like how much work you really have to put in if you want to achieve anything.
Tell them why, Josh. They think it's easy.
You gotta be working every single day, and even uploading every single day. If you're really serious about it, or this is your stream of income or something, or you know, anything you want to progress, you have to work daily. So I was starting to post daily, or post more frequently, 3 times out the week, 4 times, trying to get to the daily mark. And once you start doing that,
it's up.
And of course having the Islaam helping out with some reposts here and there, I was able to gain more notoriety. You know, people start following because they see what I'm doing, they see the progression. And 2020 and 2021, I had first passed 10k in like July or something like that. Nice. Around the time 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 was introduced, and that was like amazing because I'm like, now my numbers don't look like, you know, they're in the lower thousands. Now I'm in the double thousands or the 5 digits. So I'm like, yo, that's dope. And at this point, of course, I'm thinking about taking this more seriously already. But I want to reach as many people as I can. I want to inspire as many people as I can. And of course, this is all leading me to help as many people as I can. Bam, December. I'll say December comes, my birthday passes, you know, I have fun, but I always feel like after I have fun,
time to work.
I need to get back to work as soon as possible. So I was a little like under the weather then too. So I was like, damn, you know, and when I'm away from like working out, it feels different. You know, when you don't work out, it's like a part of me now. So I have to do it often, or else, you know, a part of me is kind of missing. So I was like, damn, let me get back. Let me put a few videos out. Did one, and I'm like, yo, that was dope. But I see this other guy, he did something online, social media, and he had over 100,000 likes on it, and it went viral. It was an Indian guy. It was just a push-up, right? It was a push-up with a tiger bend, a normal tiger bend, not a handstand push-up, the normal push-ups. And I was like, all right. And people in New York do that all the time, and we do it way better, actually. You know, like there's so many people that are talented in New York, by the way, that need to be seen, you know, or that can be, you know, if you just take it. If you don't want to, of course, it's fine, but we have a lot of talent, basically. But yeah, I was like, yeah, let me recreate that, but do a handstand push-up into it.
Viral.
Long story short, I had the same audio clip. After a day, I was like, all right, this is doing good. After 2 days, I'm like, this is doing better than good. And then after a few days, bro, it's just, I was going from 20,000.
I took the same video, posted it on my Facebook.
Yeah. Viral there too. That's why. What is it out on Facebook?
It's definitely over 500,000-600,000.
I ended up getting to, you know, from 10k to 126,000 on that whole run. It wasn't just one video though, because I came out with another one, and that one he did even better on other platforms. I put it on TikTok, I put it on Instagram, and I think that also could help get more traffic.
Yeah.
To your stuff.
Yeah, so definitely, yo, guys, shout out to POVJosh. So we're gonna do short answers, short questions, short answers.
All right.
Okay, as we always do, right? Because that's the new thing for the interviews on the channel. So, okay, Josh, straight arm handstand press or bent arm handstand press?
Bent arm handstand press.
Straight bar handstand or parallel handstand?
I'm gonna say straight bar because it's more impressive. So.
Got you. Okay, tiger bend handstand or tiger bend handstand clap?
Tiger bend handstand. Tiger bend handstand.
Pull up or push up?
Push up.
Dip or push up?
Dip.
Dip or pull up?
Dip.
Weighted calisthenics or unweighted calisthenics?
I don't need weights. Body weight.
Body weight. Muscle up or pull up?
Muscle up.
Muscle up or push up?
Muscle up.
Yeah, he likes that muscle up. Yeah. Okay, if you could, all right, handstand or regular push up?
It's always going to be handstand.
It's always going to be
over
handstand.
Everything else.
Okay, y'all, we out here with the handstand bully. Power over vanity.
Power over vanity.
At all times. Okay, guys, go check them out. Stay tuned. Stay ripped. 6-pack. Big bag.
Thank y'all for watching.
Big facts.
Indeed, in the body, literal translation, is a lump of flesh, a piece of meat. إِذَا صَلَحَتْ صَلَحَ الْجَسَدُ كُلُّهُ. And when that lump of flesh